Hey guys, this is week 23, day 4. Hezekiah, trust God. So, now Hezekiah, y'all not really sure which one he is. I guess he looks royal. I'm going off the picture. We got more people than I think. So Hezekiah, he wanted to follow Jehovah, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of the Bible. But his father was pretty evil. And his father worshipped other gods. And Hezekiah, he loved his father, but he's like, you know what? When his father died and he became king, he's like, my father was wrong. We're going to worship Jehovah. We're going to worship who would later be known as Jesus. We'll worship him. And he went and he gave the orders, and he had all the idols to all the false gods tore down. And he cleaned up the land, got off all the idol worship out. And there's stuff on the floor. And he got all the stuff cleared out and cleaned up the land and got people back worshiping in the temple like they should. Worshiping God? Yes, worshiping God. I see that, Andrew. Oh. Now, before Hezekiah became king, the king of Syria had been beating up Israel and was controlling them, and Israel was paying a tax or a tribute, giving them money to Assyria, so Assyrians would leave them alone. And Hezekiah, he's like, you know what? I'm king. I'm not going to pay money. I don't want to pay money to this foreign king. So he went and he talked to the prophet, which I'm pretty sure that's the prophet. And he said, what do we do? He's like, what do I do? And he was afraid because the Assyrians are much stronger than him. But he asked God what to do, and the prophet, it's Isaiah. How did we switch prophets already? Well, to Isaiah the prophet. And Isaiah said to Hezekiah, he's like, basically, you cleaned up the land, you've done what's right. The king will not enter into the palace in Jerusalem. In fact, he'll be killed and his people return to their own land. Oh, and Hezekiah's like, okay, that's what God says, that we're going to do this. And he refused, and the king of the Assyrians got together, got their armies, and they marched on Jerusalem. But before they got to Jerusalem, the king died. Remember, it died in his tent. We don't have it in this story. He died, and the army was so heartbroken and so confused, they packed up and went home and said, we ain't dealing with this. And then just a few years later, Hezekiah, the king, got really sick to the point he was about to die. And Hezekiah called on God and talked to the prophet and said, I don't want to die. The people still need me. We still haven't got everything right. We need to get the country back. And Isaiah's like, all right. Isaiah talked to, all right, God will give you. Isaiah tells Hezekiah, says, hey, in 3 days you're going to be well, and in fact you will live for 15 more years. And Hezekiah, he was all happy. He's like, all right, I'm good. But he wanted a sign. I would have thought being healed in 3 days would be a pretty good sign. But Hezekiah wanted a sign. And he prayed, he talked to Isaiah about the sign he wanted, and Isaiah prayed to God and come back and told him, you're going to get this sign. Your sign. And the next day, the sun moved backwards 10 degrees. And Hezekiah knew that that promise was real, and that he was going to get his 15 years. So, in our lesson tonight, show of hands, who knows what the lesson is? We can pray to Jesus, and he will. We can pray to Jesus, and he will answer us. He will hear us, and he will grant our petitions. And if Jesus wants what's best for us, there's confusions on the sidelines, and we can always pray and talk to him, and he will do what's best for us. And I will see you tomorrow, and we get to learn about Joash, another good king. So, see you tomorrow. Bye.